The small alley where Henry's family lived was always filled with peaceful beauty, colorful roses, and kind neighbors. To Henry, every corner held secrets to explore. However, the world around him always had invisible boundaries that he needed to learn to respect. Dad Thomas remained a sturdy protector, using calmness to help his son understand rules, while Mom Mary was a gentle guide, using love to teach Henry how to cherish everyone's privacy. Along the clean white concrete road, the Taylor's roses grew over the fence, pointing their bright red blossoms toward the shared alley. Seeing how beautiful and fragrant they were, Henry stopped, reaching out his tiny hand to pluck a sprig to give to his mother. He thought to himself, the flowers are out in the street, so they must be for everyone. Surely the neighbor will not know if I take just one. Dad Thomas was walking with Henry. Seeing his son stop and raise his hand, he gently placed his hand over Henry's. He did not scold him at all, only furrowed his brows slightly and looked at him with serious yet warm eyes. He pressed his lips slightly, slowly kneeling to look straight into Henry's clear eyes, his voice steady. Henry, even though this sprig is in the alley, it is still the breath of the plant that the neighbor worked hard to care for every day. Mom Mary also stepped closer, sitting on the other side and taking Henry's other hand. Her eyes crinkled with deep empathy. She whispered in a soothing voice, "My good Henry, do you see how pretty this flower is? The neighbor had to water it and catch bugs for many days for it to bloom so brilliantly. If everyone passing by plucked a flower because it leaned into the road, the plant would be hurt, and there would be no flowers left for everyone to enjoy. Think about it. If you left your favorite teddy bear near the window, and a little kid passed by and took it because it was too close to the road, would you be sad?" Henry lowered his head, murmuring, "Yes, I would cry because I miss my bear so much." "That is right, my love." Mom Mary gently stroked his hair. "This flower is just like the neighbor's teddy bear. If we love flowers, let us just use our eyes to look and our noses to smell the fragrance. Your kindness is what keeps the flowers alive on the branches. Do you want to send a thank you smile to the neighbor for growing such beautiful flowers?" Henry understood. He pulled his hand back, smiled brightly at the roses, and continued holding his parents' hands as they walked in gentle joy. In the afternoon, while playing with his ball, Henry saw the neighbor Miss Jane's door was ajar to let in the breeze. Curiosity rising, Henry dropped the ball, crept closer, and then ran right inside her living room to explore the strange paintings on the wall. He thought an open door meant he could go in and play. Dad Thomas saw his son's silhouette disappear behind the unfamiliar door and quickly walked over. He did not call out loudly to avoid making noise, but simply walked in, took Henry's hand, and led him out immediately. His face was serene, his eyes showing a serious reminder. He pulled the door ajar for the neighbor and led his son back toward their own yard. He let out a gentle sigh, his voice incredibly calm. "Henry, every house is a private, secret world. We only step inside when invited, my boy." Mom Mary was waiting on the porch. She pulled Henry into her lap. Her eyes shone with tolerance and understanding. She spoke in a mild voice, "Dear Henry, do you think Miss Jane's house is beautiful? I know you are curious, but an open door is to let fresh air in, not an invitation for us to enter unannounced. Imagine, when you are changing clothes or playing a secret game in your room, and suddenly a stranger rushes in without knocking. Would you be startled and scared?" Henry nodded, hugging his mother tightly. "I would be very scared, Mommy." "The neighbors feel that way too, my boy." Mom Mary stroked his tiny hands. "Respect begins with standing outside the door and knocking for permission. A polite explorer always waits for an invitation before exploring someone else's home. You are a polite boy. I believe next time you will remember to knock before entering, right?" Henry looked at his mother, then at Dad Thomas, who nodded encouragingly. He understood that every home is a boundary to be cherished. One morning, Henry saw the delivery person leave a beautiful brown paper package in front of the electrician's door next door. Finding the package interesting, Henry ran over, curiously using his finger to try and peel the tape because he wanted to know what was inside. He simply thought, "I'll just look for a bit and then tape it back." Dad Thomas was sweeping leaves in the yard. Seeing his son's action, he put the broom down and walked closer. He gently placed his steady hand on the package, preventing Henry from continuing. His eyebrows furrowed slightly, his face showing a solemn expression. He blinked slowly, looking straight at his son and speaking in a deep, warm voice. "Henry, this gift does not have your name on it. We are never permitted to touch other people's belongings without permission." Mom Mary came out, bringing a cup of cool water for Dad. She sat on the steps next to Henry, her eyes crinkling with overflowing love. She took the hand that was about to unwrap the gift and whispered, "Henry, do you remember the excitement of waiting for the birthday gift Mom and Dad gave you? If when you received it, the paper wrapping had been torn open by someone, would you feel sad and lose the surprise?" Henry whispered, "Yes, I would be very sad because the gift would not be new anymore." "That is right, my love," Mom Mary smiled gently. "The neighbor is also looking forward to this package. Yibe inside is something he really needs, or a gift from a loved one. If you ruin the wrapping, he will be very sad and worried. A kind boy would help the neighbor look after the package perfectly until he comes home. Do you want to be a tiny package protector for the neighbor?" Mom's invitation made Henry feel very important. He pulled his hand back, stood solemnly by the package for a moment, and then happily ran back to his own yard. Dad Thomas gently rubbed his son's head, his eyes sparkling with pride. Henry understood that true joy is not being curious about others' things, but knowing how to respect and protect the joy of those around him.